All right, let's look at this. Here's that stupid thing off the Masonic bell. Remember the lion, the ox, the eagle, and the man, and then they write about it in the Bible. They say the same thing. This is about power. It's power. It's atomic. It's battery power. Here's your Windows logo. Okay, Ohm's law. Ohms. This is what those idiot New Age guys are running around going, Ohm, Ohm. This is what they're doing. This is the word that they're actually saying. Ohms. What is ohms? It's a resistance. It's right here. It's a resistance. When you try and think of a garden hose and you try and put pressure through it, it can only take so much pressure before it blows up because it can't get enough energy out of it or enough water out of it quick enough to keep the hose from expanding and breaking. This is what starts fires in houses, is when you put too much energy through the wire, whatever unit that you're using, a TV, a drill, or whatever, let's say, you can't burn up enough power quick enough to keep that wire from getting hot because there's energy sitting in there, and so the wire catches fire. That's ohms. That's ohms. Ohm law is resistance. That's what's written down here, which is interesting because they're using the cat for energy. See it? There's our cat right there. And then they're using the black and gold. Right, interesting. And then here they're showing you V is for volts. The voltage is 9. It's a 9-volt battery, right? And the I is the currents. So you got voltage and currents. And the resistance equals the volts divided by the current, which comes out to this. So these numbers are very interesting because even though they're not quasi-occultic, it's just interesting. It's interesting enough that all of these things tend to go together. You got your 9, your 3, and your 3. Okay? So when we look at these charts, when they talk about pi, they're talking about energy. Here's your PIE, pi. Sometimes the V is replaced with an E, but they're the same. On this color, this is a different color code for ohms, but this is a power chart over here. If we look at this, if we take the V here down to the Windows logo, and we go there, then we go over here to the I for current, and then we come over here to the R for resistance, and then we come over here for P for power, and it just so happens that the Windows logo is exactly the same thing as all of this. It's about energy. It's about fucking energy. About some big ass cell, some big fucking power unit that we're all part of in some way, shape, or form. That's what all this is about. So when they talk about, when they make references to pi, that's why the clown with the little hat, which is the black cube, always has a pi, because the clown is the Saturn image. He's the power. He's holding the power. So he's got the little hat that's the black cube. I'll show you something here real quick. We look here, Ohm's law and material properties, black box. Depending on what the black box is made out of, depends on how the power flows through it. Most of it says there's a linear relationship, the DC current I flowing through the voltage U applied in an ohmic resistor. That is an illustration of the picture. As long as you have a voltage current characteristic you measure between the two terminals or the two poles of the black box is linear. The black box is called an ohmic resistor. Now, when we start looking at these pictures with these fires, what are we looking at? We're looking at the yellow, the pink and the yellow, which is telling me that that's amperage, and volts. Okay, those two go together. That's the water and the pressure behind the water in the hose. Okay, if you've got too much pressure, the hose will split. Well, what are they showing us? They're showing us that there's fire. So that it appears to me that they're showing us on these fires is that there's too much energy. And so a fire is erupting somewhere. And so then they write a story and they say, oh, well, this happened or that happened. But it appears to me that our reality, we are not seeing it, but they're writing stories about whatever this thing is. And so when they show these fires, it's too many volts and too many amps being pushed through whatever it is, and it's causing a resistance, right? Which is your ohms. Remember, water flowing through a garden hose. If you turn up that power too much and that water can't get out, just like in the cartoons, the hose blows up and it explodes. With electricity, the wire doesn't blow up. It catches fire because it gets too hot. You've all felt that with an extension cord. When you plug too much shit in and it gets hot, it's because that power cannot escape quick enough or to be used up. That's why you have a fuse box in your house, because that thing heats up and it shuts off and kills the power before a fire can start. This is about power. It's just, what are we talking about here? See, what is it exactly are they talking about? You know, what? Are they talking about the entire planet? Are they talking about the core? Are they talking about a machine that we're all in? I don't know yet. I know that the Saturnian thing is all tied to this. Here's your black box and mecha cube they wear on their head. It's all tied together. It's all about power. And when they talk about pi, or you see, you know, the little clown with the pi, that's Saturn with the energy. You know, and that maybe the reason he has the pi is because Saturn is stealing all of the energy. It has to be what it is. Because if you look on the Kabbalistic tree, all the energy is flowing to the left side, which is the dead side. Which basically, if you're trying to charge a battery, all the energy that's supposed to be charging the system would be going to ground, which is Earth. They call it in England, they don't say ground, they say Earth. And so you get no power. You just get a short. I'm right about this stuff. I just don't know how to put it in the right context.